Welcome back. The program is still Inside Business Africa, Africa's business news and information leader. Thanks for staying with us. One of the conversation that is currently on the headline across the globe today is the issue of the environment. Not only because the environment is being celebrated as an annual celebration on the 5th of June, but simply because activities of man is reflecting negatively on the environment. Take, for instance, the President of the United States pulled the United States out of the Paris Accord and saying that he doesn't believe in climate change. But so many organizations and countries are actually doing a lot to save the environment, despite all of that. And in Nigeria, a very important establishment, Terra Technologies Limited, has come up with a solution that could actually solve some of the major challenges of environmental pollution, from your computer system that you have to throw away, to the plastic bags you have to throw away, to the bulb. Could you imagine the light bulb is also constituting environmental nuisance? The Managing Director, Chief Executive of Terra Technologies Limited, Mr. Ochonogor, speaks on these important milestones and the company's activities on the environment. With the vision to be the leading eco-friendly and highly effective and profitable end-to-end electronic waste manager in West Africa, and the mission to change the prevailing negative trends of e-waste management in Nigeria, Terra Technologies Limited, led by Mr. Ifeanyi Ochonogor, is poised to make a big difference in the country.
We have ISO 14001 to guarantee environmental protection, so our immediate environment is always at the top, at the forefront of whatever we do. For example, here in this facility, we do not allow affluent noise or any form of disturbance to affect the surrounding community. We do not treat anything with chemicals. We treat with a purely dry process. We're guarding against the noise level. All of these things are internationally monitored and audited. We essentially put the cuffs on ourselves to make sure that we are delivering the best for you. So the last ISO certification we acquired on Christmas Eve last year was our ISO 18001. That's OSAS, Occupational Health and Safety Assessment Series. That's to guarantee on an international standard that all of our own staff are have optimum health and they're not damaged in any way by any of our operations. So I think those are qualities that would essentially guarantee to all our clients that we are doing the right thing internally, externally, and it's not just our opinion that counts, it's an international opinion, which is why we have reached where we have reached. I would like to even say that there's almost no media that hasn't so far taken notice and notice that we are actually the real deal on what we're trying to do.
Backed by the state-of-the-art facilities and modern equipment for effective operation and human capital and service delivery, Terra Technology is fully equipped to handle major environmental challenges, especially in the e-waste category.
We perform an evaluation. We perform an electronic waste collection, then we perform an evaluation to determine whether the electronic waste is going towards the refurbishment or reuse angle, or it's going towards the recycling or disposal angle. So we have the all systems, whether or not it's for reuse or whether or not it's for disposal. So what the disposal aspect is where we've closed the loop of recycling. Every single ICT asset needs to be dismantled and all the material needs to be separated as far as possible, that an upstream, we are an upstream company, so an upstream electronic waste management company can do. That means dry processes mainly, for example shredding, disintegration, that's where you'll find the data destruction, and also other plastic shredding and all those kind of things. I should say e-plastic, because e-waste plastic is one of the hardest kind of plastic, and literally hardest to recycle and hardest market to sell after you recycle it. So there is this is the upstream element of things to actually try to get all of these material dismantled, treated, detoxified, treated, and amassed, sorted, and accumulated to be sent to various other refineries or treatment process providers. So it's a you can imagine it's difficult being in the upstream. We mainly rely on what our clients give to us for our services, and thankfully I would like to add that Nigeria has reached the international level for electronic waste management with the establishment of the Extended Producer Responsibility Scheme. I personally was at the inauguration 3 weeks ago, and I really applaud the Nigeria Director General. I also applaud UNEP. I thank God for UNEP and GEF. Those are international watchdogs, BCC, etc. Because Nigeria has finally reached the position where it's willing to practically answer and develop the industry for proper electronic waste management. So,
bringing with it a massive of depth and maturity to the Nigerian environment, e-waste recycling system, Terra Technologies Limited, according to Mr. Ochonogor, handles all forms of e-waste with precision, and the business strategy remains optimum utilization of its people, strategy, and technology.
Our ISO 18001, we have the international best international standard for occupational health, safety, and assessment for our own workers. But also we have the measures that must be adopted. I mean, the federal ministry and, as I said, Nigeria, they have questions that they would like to ask, and they visit from time to time, and they're free to. The fact is that we want to do the best for the nation and for the state. So yes, we have that. We have the domestic watchdog, we have the international watchdog, and we've satisfied both so far, thankfully.
Though Nigeria is lagging behind in the technology, understanding, and process of e-waste management, to Terra Technologies Limited, according to Mr. Ochonogor, Nigeria has no choice than to embrace the technology to save our environment, and the firm is ready and poised to make the big difference going forward.
I would like to implore everybody to try to look into what electronic device they have, and look into how they can establish a proper manner of disposal once they know the damage that's being done to us. I mean, for example, when I started this, our cancer level was up to 200,000 fresh cancer cases every single year. In 2019, I would say that has doubled. We're over 400,000 fresh cancer cases a year. I'm sure the audience might have noticed that somebody or a couple of people they know have caught cancer, because it's the same thing as me. So please, the electronic waste crisis, whatever you can do to ensure that your electronic waste is disposed properly, whatever you can do to ensure that it is stored properly. If it's in your homes, you need to understand that it might have value, but at the same time, we need to encourage the proper disposal of things and the proper recycling of electronics.